Welcome to
Hello.
Wanderful. If you're tuning in, this is a Tavern Talks, the kind of offshoot episode where we just shoot the shit and chat and we're just hanging out. Unfortunately, Jeremy could not be with us. Jeremy is no longer with us.
And also
Peace
with
be
you.
unto him.
He got into a terrible goose accident at the park with his three adorable
He was
dogs.
trying to
his many adorable
enact
dogs.
He was LARPing
spoon egg.
Yeah,
he was
he-
LARPing spoon egg.
Yeah, he was doing real life
and
spoon egg, and he got a little too
then-
close, and he forgot
the
he had a lot of
goose's
bread in his
screwdriver
pockets,
penis.
Oh
and
my
they ate
God.
his whole ass. They ate his
Yeah.
ass clean off.
I
He didn't die. He just can't sit in his chair anymore, so he can't do the podcast anymore unless we let him lay
Look,
down.
we decided to do a Tavern Talks this week because this might be the last recording we have with our goodest boy Kyle before his partner has a baby and will be out of commission for a while.
Hello, daddy. Hello, daddy. That's gonna be
Daddy.
me.
father.
I can't wait. I'm shitting with anticipation. No, but there was like a scare during the Halloween times that I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
It's time. And then it wasn't. And I was like, this is hard already. And you're not even here. Just come on out so I can tell you what a piece of work you've been.
Hello,
I can't
sunshine.
remember. And
Princess,
if
hello.
this isn't the time for it, have y'all picked a name?
Yes, we did pick a name, but I don't know. I mean, eventually my partner's gonna post stuff, so like whatever. But like, I feel like I shouldn't dox my child like before they've had a
That's
chance to
fair.
breathe oxygen
No, that's
outside
fair.
of my body,
Yeah.
my wife's body.
Yeah.
You know, that's just my thoughts. But,
That's fair. I want to know later though.
No, 100%. Yeah, I thought I told you guys, but absolutely,
You might have. I don't remember.
think
If you put a funny bleep here, and I'll tell you, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Oh,
I
love
definitely
that.
didn't know that. I love it.
I love that.
Named after, which
Oh,
is
I
even
love
better. Like
I was
That, yeah. Not from
I wanted that so bad. I was pushing for that. And this, I don't know how much of this is getting cut out, but like they're gonna fucking piece shit together.
just beep every other word. Like
Just beep.
I'm
beep
just gonna
the
beep
obvious.
all of the incriminating
Yes,
words.
beep the obvious shit.
Oh my god.
But
Well,
yeah,
that's
no.
a great name, and our fans
oh
suck
my
for
God.
not knowing.
Yeah. Fuck you guys. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you guys stink for not knowing important personal details about my life.
Yeah, but so,
Go fuck
but
yourself.
Kyle's gonna
Doc's
be
harder.
out for a little bit. We have
Don't
recorded
dox me, please, God.
well ahead of now, so you'll be getting your steady
I'll-
stream of content.
Yeah, by the time this
obviously.
comes out, I'll have been a father for quite some time.
Oh, I'm probably gonna post this like on this next off week.
Oh yeah, I forgot that's how Tavern Talks work. You guys are getting a little peek behind the old curtain of how things are running. The old
We're gonna be
Yeah,
on
but
the
we're not going to
Wander
talk
Factory.
about. We're obviously not going to talk about what has gone on in our most recent recordings.
Oh, definitely not.
I will say just a teaser because of the state of everything. We just got done before Kyle goes on paternity leave. We just finished recording what we believe is going to be our season 2 finale.
Wow.
I'm so
And we're still
fucking
going.
stoked.
Wow.
Like the roller coaster that has been the story you've told and the story we've been a part of, man, it's coming to a head, and like the place
It
it's
is.
going is giving me like it's giving very much like Akira or Elysium vibes, right? Like not to
Yeah,
spoil
interesting.
anything, but like,
No, yeah.
like
I-
the direction I'm going with certain things and with the way the story is headed, it's just like, oh man, I feel like I'm watching a goddamn anime. It's great.
Yeah, I will say I think that season 2, even from what's already come out, let alone what we've recorded, it has been a pretty vast improvement on season 1 and what we've been doing. You know,
No, I fully.
it's been a joy.
Like you can see the growth both in the fact that like the story and pacing and kind of our like footing with the characters, but also just like the characters in general, like their actual like growth beyond like whatever we're doing or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like our intentions before, because like I had this whole thing I can kind of spoil now, I guess. When Bond was in his like feels about the acolyte, I was like, maybe he's gonna be a warlock. Maybe he's gonna be a bit of a evil
Oh, interesting.
sneaky
I like
boy
that.
instead of a bard. I was gonna fully make him like, and if I'd have done that, I still peppered in some like performance stuff because that's his whole
For
shtick.
sure.
And like maybe he's a rock star now. Maybe he dresses like a nondescript Kiss band member or something, you know, like instead of a mime.
a nondescript
Like
speech band.
Imagine the path that is hair metal Bond that worships like some sort of demon of hatred or something.
That's a fun alternate universe.
Oh my god! Idea for a one shot. It's all our dark
for real.
side versions. It's metal dickhead Bond or like metal polite Bond. Like
I feel
I'm
like
gonna kill you.
I feel like that's kind of what y'all are like already, though.
Yeah.
But like the inverse would just be well-to-do people who look really, really menacing. So like I look like a hair metal badass, but like I'm helping grandma across the street and bake cookies.
I love it.
And I haven't killed a single person in the town that we went for the mission for, you know?
Yeah.
I'm really interested to like, I don't know what our kill counts are. Like, who's killed the most people?
I think the thing about it is, it's like, yes, it's dark that we've just resorted to like when we're faced with an enemy killing them, but like the people we love so hard that we make them a part of our team and family.
Yeah, you want to come?
You are essentially like the fantasy equivalent of good guys.
Yeah, we're like the most like
maybe like kind of treading the line.
We are the most Conan the Barbarian we could possibly be.
Yeah.
With like a splash of like, you know, some Tolkien or like some lighter levity funny stuff.
For
but
sure.
It's definitely like snake arrows and buff dudes tearing people in half.
We're Team Avatar if we just randomly pick people to like tag along and also murder everyone else.
I was just gonna say we're every bad guy team in Avatar that's just like misunderstood people and then one actually crazy person.
We would have brought Cabbage
You ever
Guy
noticed
along.
that trope of the bad guys? It's like
3
people with like troubled past who just like so happen to listen to a crazy person.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Cults,
man.
you know?
It's so easy to fall into a cult. I've fallen into my fair share of
As
cults.
I have my Guru Lahima Red Lotus thing. I don't know if that's like vaguely not okay to hang up because they're technically bad, but they're like TV's depiction of communists. So it's like, is it vaguely Nazis?
Yeah.
I mean,
Touchy. Who knows? Who's to say? It's fantasy guys who shoot fire out of their face.
yeah. And lightning from their fingertips.
And literally fly. Man.
And
you're go down this path because
and you're wearing your Jesus Fest shirt.
Oh yeah, 2000. Were you there? Were you there?
Were you?
2000? Oh my god.
Were you? He's here. He's risen.
I'm wearing my
He's risen.
Steven Universe Risen t-shirt.
Dude, why is it like
Love that
formatted
shirt.
like Jesus could be in the center of that portal making the light come up? Like,
Because it's Steven.
this
and
is
Steven
for
is
no
Jesus.
one audio wise. This part of the podcast.
if you
I'm
think
wearing
about
a
it, though.
purple shirt that's all toed up.
Oh,
I
I
saw
got a little
nip.
nip slip.
I saw a little nip slip.
It's okay. None of this is being videoed.
Oh, well,
If you think
yeah.
about it, though, like Steven is kind of like
Don't.
Jesus for like
yeah.
he literally he literally is like
want
dying for like his mom's sins.
This holiday season, instead of your mom's little setup with the manger and baby Jesus and the wise men, put it baby Stephen in the manger. Garnet, Pearl, and Amethyst is the wise men. There's like a donkey and
Greg and Rose.
Yes.
As
Greg and
Mary
Rose,
and
Mary and
Joseph.
Joseph.
Oh,
Yep.
God, yes.
And then like Lion can be
Ooh.
like the donkey.
I was gonna
yes.
say Lion, Steven Jr.,
Mm-hmm.
maybe even Watermelon Steven, or the little
Yes.
the
Onion's gotta be
pumpkin,
there.
pumpkin,
Yes, pumpkin, or
Pumpkin,
like the
yes.
and then there's
nasty
the
cat,
watermelon dog.
Yeah.
the nasty
Yes.
cat monster.
Oh my god!
Like just run hog wild with it. Just like over the course of December, replace one of the figures with these different figures until your mom's like, "What's going on?" And say nothing.
Lapis Lazuli as an angel
Coming down.
with the water
Oh,
wings.
man.
God, I love.
There are
Steven
people-
so much.
The other day we did a show in somewhere in Pennsylvania at this weird school.
Mm-hmm.
It was in Hershey, Pennsylvania, because it was the Hershey
Chocolate.
it was the Hershey guy started
Did
like a
you run
private
to
school where
Josh's
he
house and suck him off?
No, I wouldn't. No. Anyway, we were there, and I plugged our computer into their big video wall or whatever. Mm-hmm. And in the beginning of the show, like the first song, for some reason we could not get the computer to connect to the video wall. So we were like trying to restart stuff. And I didn't think about the fact that whenever we like restarted it, my computer background would be flashed on this giant like 30 by 30 foot video wall that is the whole backdrop of this stage. And it was just a giant rendition of the Steven Universe, the house, the temple.
Yes.
Basically the temple lady with a bunch of arms.
Oh my god.
And all I could think about was there's one Steven Universe fan in this audience who was like, what was that about?
Yeah, they're like, wait, exactly. Like just either that or like a big gasp. Oh my god.
Yeah.
This is a sign from God.
Oh my god.
You awoken them.
Jesus.
Hey, if you're that fan out there, do the manger thing.
For real.
God. I know the theme for our Christmas.
So fucking funny. I love that. I was talking to Ryan about that. Speaking of Christmas, we were thinking about doing like a year-round holiday tree.
Oh.
All right.
Which made me think about the Crimbus bush.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
From Tim and Eric fame.
Uh-huh.
And I want to get like a decorative fake bush that looks like it's clearly supposed to be outside of some office somewhere or something. And make it our decorative holiday bush.
Do it.
And just for every holiday, we just get different little knicknacks and bullshit.
Or we need to make rum tum tum bushes.
Rum tum tum bushes, yes.
Or what? Did we say what the like?
No, we just said it was rum tum tum, and we left it at that.
No. Kyle gave a lot. You gave a lot of details.
I did the greeting. Like there's like a little greeting where they
touch bellies and they like paint a circle on their belly. And then you gave a few details. I think you said what they eat. There was a couple details. I don't think we mentioned like a tree or a bush. I
feel like there was just the greeting and like the touching of tummies and like a saying that you exchange is what I remember vaguely. But yeah, and you know what? I'll say it's canon since I made up the holiday.
It's canon.
Rum Tum Tum bush.
So wait, the fans are dying to know, as the creators of Rum Tum Tum, is Rum Tum Tum... So Rum Tum Tum is our Christmas stand-in, obviously.
Yes. Or any sort of
Is
like
this the Snoop Dogg religion's Christmas or no?
I would say yes to some degree, but it's not like he's not like showy about it. Like he's like, yeah, this is like a day technically for me, but like it's more about.
But
you
it's
guys.
Also the people.
Exactly. He's like, it's more about you guys. It's like I'm celebrating the fact that I brought this world into existence. You guys are celebrating the fact that you exist. Wow, isn't existence wonderful? Blah blah blah.
I'd really like to imagine that our Lord and Savior Snoop Dogg has elected Dwayne the Rock Johnson as this fantasy Santa, and he's the people's Santa.
The people's Santa.
The millions. And millions of presents.
I don't know if there's like a Santa. I think it would be a creature, like a cryptid type entity that is like, it is birthed from the cosmic smoke that is drifting off of both his cup of cosmic eggnog and his Blizzardy blunt staff that he carries around with him at all times. So it's just ethereal smoke and light and like whatever is in your mind's eye, what you want, like not something like you think on, is what ends up in or around your Rum Tum Tum bush. And it
one of my favorite bits is from the episode that just came out. I think it was in the episode that just came out today, when we're recording this, is the fact that Snoop Dogg's Bible is the Holy Smokes.
No, 100%. The Holy Smokes is absolutely canon. But also, I was thinking too, for Rum Tum Tum, there is a Krampus type entity as well.
Yeah.
Like
Interesting.
the antithesis of the thing that sees into your mind's eye. Like it's kind of like the naughty and nice situation where like it knows if you flip somebody off in traffic when you were in the wrong, or like
it's like Martha Stewart.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying the antithesis to Snoop. The antithesis to the smoke cryptid entity that comes and leaves you gifts based on your feasting on your dreams and knowing your your deepest like thing you want.
Yeah.
But if you're bad, it's like the inverse of that guy, and it wakes you up, and it judges you by licking you to see how bad you are, kind of similar to Krampus. And if you're like real bad, he puts you in this like cauldron with like a big lid with a bunch of other people.
But does he lick the bottom of your foot like Patrick?
He picks you. Yes, he picks you up. He picks you up by your ankle, licks the bottom of both your feet at the same time. So he's got both your ankles, both your feet, and he judges you. And he like emits like a horrifying tone. And if the tone's like a little higher, that means you're all right. But if the tone's like really bassy and low, and you feel it in like your butthole, he's gonna put you in his cauldron, and you're gonna only be there for the rest of Rum Tum Tum. He lets you out after Rum Tum Tum.
So I have to ask this question: Is this character? Is this being like? What are they called? Like the bag of holding, like the little like creature in the bag of holding. Like,
think of like, have you ever played one of those old like arcade games where there's like the little treasure goblin that like carries the big bag on his back, and like if you hit him, he knocks gold and like money and food and stuff out of him. Instead of that,
but I'm thinking of the Delibird.
So
think
exactly that idea. But like if you hit Delibird, his presence came out, and like you would chase him to do that. But instead, it's a big ass Slender Man looking long gangly boy, and he carries the cauldron tied with like a big like knotted rope around his back, and he scuttles in, grabs you with like supernatural strength, licks the bottom of your feet. If you're super naughty, I think he just gives you like the fantasy equivalent of like coal, you know, it's just really traumatic that you got visited. That's your real punishment, but you get like a rock or something. What's like, what would be, I
found the name of that creature, the Bagman. Oh my God. Have you seen that, Tyler?
I hate him. No, I haven't. I'm looking him up.
Yeah,
I'm looking him up.
Look him up. Yeah, look him up, Tyler. Is the Bagman. He dwells in the bag of holding.
I just have the bag.
So what came up was The Bagman, which is a 2014 crime thriller starring John Cusack, Robert De Niro.
Oh wow.
And I don't think that's what we're talking about.
Yeah. Matt, this is 100% it. 100%. I looked up the Bagman RPG, and it's literally a tiny bag, and a like ring-like monster bone man is climbing out of the tiny
terrifying.
bag.
Oh, yeah.
So it's that. Okay.
I think
so to co-opt it into the fiction we've created here, the cauldron has long, gangly legs coming out of the bottom of it, and it's just the cauldron, and it comes running into your home.
So it's like
what's that
jar of greed?
Yeah, exactly. It comes running into your home. The cauldron opens up like a mouth, and a tongue comes out, and arms. It picks you up, licks your feet. If you're bad, it pulls you into the cauldron with it.
Oh my God!
If you're good, or if you're less bad, it reaches into the cauldron and leaves you like a single caltrop, like something like useless in D&D, like a ball bearing. There it is, a rusty ball bearing.
Bond does have a lot of ball bearings, doesn't he? Or was that?
I think I used them.
That was Pepper.
Yeah,
Pepper had a like 10,000 ball bearings.
This thing has a
game.
Rusty ball bearing. I'm not saying this next part is canon, but what if that's what happened to Pepper after he died? I'm not saying that's
he was taken into
some
a realm
underworld
in which time is not so much linear.
Yeah,
and were then ripped out of time and dropped into the early days where they became. That sounds canon to me. Jeremy's not here to tell us it's not.
Yeah, because it was like a whole warlock pack thing. That was his curse for like not completing his warlock patron sort of thing. He's like, well, you have to roam the earth now as the pot man. That's it. He's the pot man.
The pot man.
The pot man.
I love
pot
it.
man. And I don't know the smoke
The
creature's
dealer.
name.
The
I don't know
dealer.
the smoke creatures.
God.
And the smoke creature that delivers you your one true wish and dream on Rum Tum Tum, his name is
Smoke.
Get Off. As in cough to get off.
Oh wow.
His name is Get Off.
Get off.
Get Off and the pot man.
Can you spell that for me?
Gedoff, almost like Geoff, like when they put that in Jeffrey, but like Gedoff.
Oh my God, yes.
Gedoff and the pot man. Those are the two.
Man.
The pot man.
I
love it so much.
Lore characters. But anyway,
yeah.
you said you wanted us to come with a few topics if you want to jump into that, unless y'all had some more stuff we wanted to get into.
No, go ahead.
But I just want to sing the virtues of a game that I saw an advertisement for and heard so much about from other people, and they won't stop talking about it on things that I like. Have any of you guys started playing Marvel Snap yet?
No.
Bro.
Oh, no, I have seen that advertised on
play it.
TikTok every time
Just
I
play
get
it.
on.
It's so fun, and you don't have to spend a single bit of money. And I'm just gonna, I'm no shill here. I'm not getting paid for this, but this game is so fucking fun. And there's a mechanic.
If you want to pay us,
Marvel Snap. If you want to pay the Wanderful podcast to advertise for you, I'm about to give you some free.
It would be a waste of money, but we'll take it.
I'm about to give you a free little bit of good. So, like, you know, in most like mobile games, there's like the you gotta buy the things to get better. So the game gives you basically the things as you play the game more and more. It's a card game that's like set up with 3 lanes, and the object of the game is to win each of the lanes by increasing like this number counter for each
like
of the characters.
Kind of like a Duel Links type scenario.
Somewhat, but like it's so it's like So imagine like a game board where it's like you and an opponent are facing one another, and in front of you are 3 separate lanes that you can play 4 cards into each of them. There's no trap or magic. It's just creatures and abilities that they have, and like semi non-creature adjacent things like that. So there's like a score counter on each side of this of all 3 of the boards, and you're trying to get the highest number basically by the end of it. That's the whole goal. Right. But there's extra little shit within it, including Marvel stuff that people fucking love. Like all the characters you can think of, plus of like a bunch of little background characters you've seen if you know the comics and things, and like deeper lore characters and stuff. But each of the characters has like different kinds of abilities. So like an ongoing effect, something when you play them and they're revealed that an effect happens, something that's like this card isn't necessarily a creature, it's the Hulkbuster armor, and you played Blade, and you played Hulkbuster on the same area that you have Blade in, and now it increases Blade's points, which increases your points on that side of the game. That's the whole goal of it, is make number big, win. But my favorite aspect of the game is, in a lot of these games when there's like the pay to win sort of aspect, it's because like you can get these things and equipment and all these things to get, or the best card during that like time of the whatever. And it doesn't matter. It fucking doesn't matter in this game, because like there's no special extra thing you get. Whatever's on the card is what you get, and you'll unlock the cards the longer you play. So it's not like you're like out of luck with getting them. The only thing you're really paying for is exclusively cosmetic stuff. But like I said, you can get a lot of the cosmetic stuff if you just save the points that the game gives you.
Well, here's what I'm wondering, and here's what the fans are wondering: is it fun?
It's very fucking fun. But the thing that took me over the edge, and it's such a stupid gimmick, but it's my favorite part about it. It's the thing I'm talking about. Like so like as you level up cards, instead of them getting like higher attack, higher defense or whatever, they're just a number card. Like a picture of Uno card, but it's your favorite Marvel character or whatever, right? And like maybe there's some flavor text that says, when he comes to the field, he could do like Nightcrawler. He can, when you play him, he's like a 1-cost card, and he gives you 2 points for an area. But the next turn, you can move him to any other grid on the board of 3 that you want to, because Nightcrawler can teleport.
He teleports.
It's like fitting into him. But as you level up Nightcrawler, his card, instead of it getting like cool points or extra bullshit that makes you better at the game, it just gets cooler art. So it's just like a flat art. The next art, it breaks the border. So now Nightcrawler's like jumping out of the border a little bit. And you're like, that's so cool. What if he was like really jumping out? The next fucking level, it's animated or 3D. So now when you move your phone, Nightcrawler is like moving a little bit in the fucking thing, and then you level him up again and it's animated. So now his little tail in the background's moving, and it's like, it's so stupid, and I love it so fucking much. It's so fun.
We need these little distractions in our life.
There's no real
real life
side
sucks.
to losing in the game either. Like you won't lose your ranking too much that I've seen. Like I'm just continually going up in the ranking, kind of winning based on the deck I've built. But like, as you continue to play through the game, you can retreat at any point in the game, and you don't lose a goddamn thing. The person wins, you win, y'all both get a reward, even if the game isn't finished. Like it incentivizes you to be like, fucking play the game. And also every game, 6 goddamn minutes at most. You taking a shit at work, you can play a round of fucking Marvel Snap. I do it all the time.
That's longer than I would have. I don't have a good,
It seems long, but like trust me,
I downloaded it, so I'm gonna play it tonight.
It seems super long, but honestly, as you're laying down getting ready for bed, if you're on TikTok and you want to kind of take a break from TikTok, play Marvel Snap, man. It's fucking fun. I like it. I haven't spent a single dollar in the game, and I'm getting my money's worth.
I just want to say, Kyle, if we ever get sponsored ads, you're doing all of them.
Dude, I want to do that shit so bad, not because I'm like a show, but like if it's a product because that's my biggest thing, like to kind of talk about that stuff. If we do get sponsors, I want it to be shit that I actually care about and stuff that I've actually had hands-on experience before I talk about it. Because I hear so many like other podcasts where you can tell where it's like I'm reading a script and like that's fine if they're paying me the big bucks, I'll read a fucking script if that's what I'm supposed to
and
do.
you can skip past it if you don't want to listen to it.
If it's exactly, you can skip any ad, but like if you hear me being passionate and talking about some shit like this, or like if they let me just go hog wild and say whatever the hell I want as long as I'm not lying about the product, I'm gonna tell you my honest opinion because like if I didn't like it, I would have deleted it. I like this more than I like TikTok right now. If that's putting anything. Like
damn,
when I'm on my break, I normally just
TikTok's been
it's a fucking
game right now.
TikTok is a fucking sick. It is a sickness.
It is a sickness.
You eat the poo poo.
Oh,
they eat my time, dude. Have you ever looked and been like, man, I haven't watched that much TikTok, and you've sunk like an hour into TikTok, and your neck actually hurts?
Yes, all the time.
What I've been sinking all of my time into on my phone lately is I've been doing a lot of reading.
Hey.
And I downloaded the Libby app, which is essentially if you have a library card in your city, you enter it in and you have like a catalog of audiobooks and you can like download the like virtual like PDF or whatever.
And you're supporting your local library.
And you're smoking your local library.
And you're smoking up your local library.
I've got about 40 pages left. I am reading Fellowship of the Ring. And then I also started an audiobook of a book entitled Jade City. And it's this crazy like Japanese it's this crazy like Japanese like it's not fantasy but it's like alternate reality kind of alternate universe where like jade you can like imbue jade into your like jewelry or into your body or whatever, and some people it gives them like crazy like fighting powers. It's very like book anime. I swear.
I swear
it's pretty good. You should listen to it. There was a crazy sex scene in the middle.
Oh man.
Dude, where's my phone? I texted Callie while I was listening to it because we were on the road really quick before you go off. So I'm sitting there drawing on the bus and listening to this while I draw, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I swear out of nowhere, they just start this very graphic sex scene, and this isn't like that kind of book necessarily, but you know it.
Was it young adult sex or was it like sex?
No, they're adults.
No, like I'm saying like
no. Like
writing
the word cock was said.
Oh, wow.
Dude, nice.
But the worst sentence I have ever read in my life, which I didn't read it was read to me, which is maybe worse. This narrator, they finished the sex scene, this graphic, graphic depiction of sex, and then as they're wrapping up, the narrator says, they lay in a sticky tangle.
Oh, God.
And that was the worst thing I've ever heard anybody say.
Oh, my God.
No.
I love that so much.
Dude, I'm trying to get in this.
But I was hoping Jeremy would be here because I bet he's heard of it. And if not,
no,
I think all three of you would really like it.
No, I 100% feel like I've heard of it because I vaguely remember the name of that because
it's a trilogy. There's like
when
Jade
I worked
War
when I worked at the like bookstore and comic book store kind of deal. Yeah, I feel like I've definitely shelved it, like not read it myself personally.
I bet.
This is like,
I think the first one came out around that time,
like 2013 maybe.
Oh, I thought you meant when we were in Anderson.
Is that not 2013?
No, we were there in 2017.
Yeah.
2013 is right after high school for me.
Yeah.
Oops. Yeah. Same.
Time isn't a.
We graduated 2013. Yeah.
That book came out in 2017, so you probably stocked it as it came out.
I'll have to check it out.
I think all three of you would really like it.
Shelly probably read it.
Yeah.
She also uses Libby, by the way.
Does she? Like kind of vaguely audiobook / like listening to like A Dead Horse. I talked about it a little bit, but I've been listening to fantasy fiction, but like I don't think I ever actually listened.
Hey, Jeremy's not here. Do we just talk about fantasy fiction for the rest of the episode?
I'm not trying to get too crazy into it because like the most niche thing ever is talking about a dead podcast on a podcast.
And a dead podcast that wasn't like crazy popular.
I'd never listened to I don't think fully listened to Tavern Talks, which was the spin-off after fantasy fiction sort of like
Tales from the Tavern.
Yeah, that's Tales.
I was about to say
this is Tavern Talks.
I think I did go check.
What we're doing
sure.
is Tavern Talks.
No.
I think I did go make sure that it wasn't that.
But I've been listening to that, and like I've been just getting real high and drawing tiny wizards. Yes. On this, like, I have this like background I've been doing, and like right before bed, just to kind of relax and get myself ready because I go to bed early because I'm an old man now. I'll get a little toasty.
Good prep for having a baby, I guess.
Yeah, get a little toasty, fucking relax for a bit, and then fucking draw a couple tiny wizards. Right now, there's like who I'm calling Top Hat Wizard. And
can we get a
exclusive?
Oh, they're not in the. That's all the way downstairs.
Oh,
it's
man.
like
I thought they were on your.
Oh, gotcha. No. I'm doing it by hand. I went and bought like some cool manga pens, some colored pencils, and crayons.
I mean, I kind of wouldn't hate seeing it.
Yeah, I'll send some pictures in our group chat, and maybe once it gets a little full, because I just started this yesterday. Like this is like a new thing, because I was like, I wanted to draw, and I think I drew like one thing, but I can't find where I put it because like an idiot I tore it out of the fucking book that I have. But I don't know. I just was in a mood to draw, especially seeing like you've been doing a lot more art. It was like, man, I haven't drawn since I was like a little kid. And so like I did like a thing that you would do in school where like I drew like this big background with like a huge mountain range and like a forest and like a little road going through it. And I'm just drawing tiny little wizards. It's like stick figure wizards with like clothes and like they're doing different spells at each other, and it's 100%. Like cornball shit. But like 100%. Once I get them fully like drawn on, I'm gonna go back with those manga pens that I have and ink it all, and then I'm gonna color in all the stuff that I can color with my colored pencils and stuff.
That.
Fun.
I think that's what if you remember the last time me and you got high together, Kyle. I was sitting on your bed, just like drawing little like Dragon Ball Z battles.
Dude,
like...
yes, we were doing little flip books. We were making like the little like shitty back in the day, like 2-panel flip books you would do. It was so fun.
Yes. Oh my god. I love that so much.
It's freaking great.
I've been like really trying to like get like more creative. Like obviously, is this? Well, we just released my first
on Monday.
This past Monday or
I'm still
whatever it was. Yeah, I did my first session as a DM, and like I felt really good about like all the descriptors that I did. Like I felt
you fucking killed it, man.
Like all those descriptors I felt really good about, but like the actual storytelling, like God, it's so hard to tell a story. Like
I get it.
Cohesive, like like. All right, this is what's important. I think a lot of times you get distracted of like you get an idea of like, oh, this is a really cool like image in my head.
Did you have, since we have all three of our like current, well, Jeremy would be here, we would be 4 of us to have like a bigger round table about it. But now that you've had your like DMing thing, did you have like a process or anything? What'd you do to like sort of you for like whether it's like your writing stuff or like going into it, like what sort of idea did you have coming into it? Like, what should I have prepared or anything? Because I was at a certain point, I had to fly by the seat of my pants because you guys made decisions or like roles that were like, so I have this bullet point here we've got to get to. But
how do I find my way there?
I think for my story, it was a little bit more like there weren't so much like choices that you guys can make per se. Like, it was very much like, oh, well, we got to go to the forest and check this forest thing out. And, like, there wasn't really anything else for you to see other than what I needed you to see. So, and even if you didn't see it, I had ways for you to, like, get to it. So, like, I was a little bit more railroading in that sense of, like, trying to keep everything on track. But as far as, like, creating the story, like, I just kind of started with a theme, like, I knew it was going to be a little bit more like kind of creepy horror, like Halloweeny, like because it's around that time, and I had like all this interesting like imagery, and of course, like I know Kyle, me and you both are keeping up with season 3 of Critical Role. They've been doing a lot of like horror based stuff this season, and it's kind of gave me inspiration. So I feel like
I know. I not to cut you off, but like I like that, like I don't know. It's not that like I want intensity and like really graphic stuff in like the D&D landscape, but I also want more grim dark fantasy in a way that's like comfortable for both the players and the DM, in that like I want to see more fantasy stories that feel like there's like danger and it's not just all like, I don't know, not silly per se, because like it's fun as a people, you're gonna joke or whatever, but like I really want to work on a long form thing that's like kind of like I like Road to Redemption, and that's not going anywhere like for sure, but like I want to have like a full like yearly, like a years long probably campaign thing that I like work on for like, because like I have an ending in sight for Road to Redemption. I want something that has like a lot of meat on the bone for you guys to grab, and that will be how the story sort of goes. So like how we do all the one shots or whatever, kind of cram them onto a map, right? And then that becomes something that becomes more fleshed out as you guys do different things. And I don't know. I feel like it's very hard to be like both ambitious in doing a first time thing like how we both did, and or all three of us rather did in the recording setting, but also in the sense of like you want to tell a good story,
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Like you don't want to you don't want to overplay your hand or attempt way more than you're able to, but like, you don't want to like just do a shitty story.
Yeah.
It's like
that's
it's like towing the line of under promising, over delivering type shit.
Absolutely.
Like you want to keep some stuff. You want to keep a lot of stuff close to the chest until you know for certain. But like with something like D&D, there's not a lot of certainty when it comes to rolling a fucking dice. And that's like my favorite aspect of it. Like I try to keep things bare bones when it comes to like story, like telling in the way that you guys both do it. Like I feel like y'all both had more of a like clear, concise thing y'all wanted out of the adventure, in terms of like, I don't know the ending of the story we're currently in with you, Tyler, but like with the story you were kind of telling there, like you had like you said, some railroad sort of areas where you were like, this is leading to this. Whereas when I was doing Road to Redemption, especially from the beginning with the world building stuff, like I wanted to keep it more loose, because like I wanted the decisions to have like impacts until we got to a point that felt like, okay, time to close the book a little bit and let myself read to you,
Yeah.
Whereas like,
I think honestly, that's what made it so immersive for all of us, because we all had a hand in building the world around us. I think that's what made that like really, really special. Yeah.
What is it like doing something more narrative driven, more like, not on the rails in the sense of like we don't have any freedom as characters, because that's the nature of the game. Like you have freedom to like roll, and if it fucks up, it fucks up. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know, but
Tyler, what I was gonna say, and you could delete all this out, but I was gonna say when Jeremy just.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dude, that was wild.
I like the imaginative silliness of that though, because like that's all he did. He was just like, fuck it, I have to do this, in like panic mode, literally flipping. Like it makes sense.
And it all feels consistent with character that he has created. It just is annoying.
Yeah. But like, what is it like sort of having the randomness that is the game around something more narrative based when it comes to stuff like y'all's stories that y'all are trying to tell?
Yeah, for me it's not I feel like for the most part it's been pretty easy for me to navigate around that, because like and we've talked about this a little, like there's sort of a mutual understanding between the four of us that like we're trying to do a show, so don't be a dick and like try to go on a different adventure than the one we're having. But like you could totally derail what's happening, and it might lead to something great. But y'all don't do anything that's like that, you know?
Right.
Like Jeremy will pull some shit, and I'll be like, "That's annoying," but that's fine. It doesn't like break my idea. It might like break my stride for a second, but you know, like for the most part, it's pretty easy to with y'all not being dicks. It's pretty easy to
it's like that
keep
cushion
things
of
going
like we
in
know
a
each other, so we
direction.
know that like anytime we're giving each other shit, it's never like this is a real life fight now. We're having
we're feuding.
We're feuding as a work.
Yeah.
We work together. This is a co-workers space.
Quarrel.
Where's HR?
Yeah.
You know, like no one's on that level, but like I think that comes with that of like the history of knowing each other though.
I think one thing that helps too, and I won't talk so much about like my story because like it wasn't really like as in depth obviously as like what we're doing with the main, but like with Tyler's story, like our characters were a little bit more fleshed out. And when you think about like what your character would do, like none of our characters would just be like, yeah, I give up on our parents. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like we know what the goal is. So like, as long as you're working towards that goal, even if you make minor adjustments, you're still going to get to the goal eventually somehow.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that's really helpful with the way that this story specifically is structured. Cause I could see like in a future season, like maybe like if one of y'all does a campaign, like a full campaign arc for the show, I could totally see it being not this high of personal stakes for each character. And like, you know what? We're on a mission and this mission sucks. Like, what if we totally change the plan? Like, I could see in like you're saying, I think you're totally right. I could see in a different circumstance that
not to get into
that would make a little more sense
of things that have happened, but the rate that things are going and like what we thought was happening sort of got the paradigm got shifted a bit with things going on, and so like that could very well be possible if, you know, certain events don't come to a head. And I like that aspect of it because, like, as the player, when it comes to, like, story beats that are like, oh, shit, that's not so much out of left field, but, like, I was not expecting this. And then you have to sort of translate that through the fact that your character also wasn't prepared. It's like, all right, time to start thinking on my toes.
Yeah.
But
literally anything that happens to Carveth. Also to me, I'm just surprised by it.
I just think it's one of those things where it's like, it's fun, especially with the way, like, I don't know. And it might be the same experience for other tables and other, you know, games.
Yeah.
Where it's like, with you, like, you're so, like, not even improv-y with the yes and, but like, when we've got a fucking idea, you never shoot us down. You may get like a, all right, you know, you know, like
I definitely do that sometimes.
Maybe a pinch in the bridge of the nose, or maybe like a just dumbfounded, like, I can't believe that worked.
Yeah, there's definitely been a few times where I've been like, okay, hold up.
Yes, no, we've got that on record. Just to make
sure I'm understanding,
that's
this is what
wax.
we're doing.
That's definitely
There's been a number of times where I've done that.
But yeah, no, I like the fact that, like, you'll hear it, you process it, you hear it a second time, and you're like, fuck it, we'll do it live. We ball.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Yeah. There's been a number of times where I have to be like, okay, I need to think about this. Just give me a second.
Especially in this last season, which I cannot wait for you guys to fucking get to some of the stuff that we've been cooking up. I'm so excited.
I am very excited for what's coming up for us as far as recording wise.
But like, man, like just the energy that it brings to me when we give you something that both is unorthodox but good, or like unexpected but like clever, and you have to fucking go to the drawing board mid-episode is so. I live for that shit, and you facilitate.
There was one specific instance I really remember being like, "Huh." That really stumped me for a second. I can't remember what it was.
We've had a couple little ones like that.
There has been
anytime we invite a character to join us.
Oh, that definitely caught me off guard when y'all invited Jamiroquai to join. I was like, all right, I'm into it, but that's crazy.
I just didn't expect him to come with us. I sent one of his brothers to hell. That episode's out. I sent one of his brothers to whatever the equivalent of hell is in this universe.
That was just one of his gang members.
Oh, I thought they were brothers.
Quest was his brother. Genuine was just like... I mean, they were all like good, like Genuine, best friends, I think.
I definitely either sent Genuine to hell or banished his soul to some shadow dimension.
It was not pretty.
Damn.
And the last thing he heard was someone who didn't like him tell him he was forgettable. Like, that might have been a little dark.
Forgettable.
I'll say that might have been a little dark. Because even your reaction to that was like, oh my God.
Oh my goodness. Oh my day.
But...
Sorry.
So hear more about that. Tune in to Wanderful.
Check out
episode 14, Sleepless in Gaba.
Look it up.
I'm pretty sure it's 14. That sounds right.
Put your ear to that shit. Put it.
That was a pretty good one. It was a little bit of a long one, but that was a good episode.
This sort of portion of the podcast is really kicking off. It's like less of like I like the way like narratively you kind of did that, where it's like at the beginning we were kind of doing little like, not in the traditional sense of like quest to quest to quest, but like
we're kind of getting our feet in the like structure
and like
of the
all
show
the different quests were like sort of like encapsulated as like these little events, but now they're kind of all starting to line up and everything's starting to fit in this sort of.
And I think some people aren't going to be a fan of this, but like the last 2 episodes, it's been almost strictly role play, like. There's been a few roles for like maybe an investigation or a perception, like
or some
there's
haywire
like
nonsense.
Stretches where it makes a lot more sense that we're focusing on story. We're like breaking some stuff down. It's all role play, and like y'all didn't fight anybody in the last episode. That's all right. There might be some people who would listen to this who are like, "This is boring,"
like.
But I live for that kind of stuff.
I was just going to say I live for those moments because like. Like when you have it, when it's a little too, role heavy, combat heavy type stuff, it starts to get not necessarily boring because that's not what it is.
But it kind of blends together.
But it's one of those things where it's like, there's only so many times I can cast Thunderclap in a room and solve the problem. There's only so many times that I can use Spiritual Weapon and kill the guy in one hit. And that's just the goblin. There's a big dude sitting on a chair with a hat. That guy's definitely stronger than the goblin without the hat.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Hemorrhoid.
It's just a matter of like
never had a chance.
Yeah.
The further we go through the story, the like obviously our enemies are getting stronger as we're getting stronger. Like it's not like they're just sitting stagnant. They've got machinations. Machiavellian plots.
Oh. I just learned about that guy.
Well, things are gonna continue to get crazy. Like I said, things are getting dark in season 2, and that has been true, and it's only going to continue to be true.
I'll give you a spoiler without giving you a spoiler. I cry a lot in this season. I cry a lot.
Kyle cries in 2 different episodes, one of which
I was able to fight through.
Asked him, I was like, in my head, I'm like, Kyle's a really good actor.
I was able to fight through it for
I had to stop and be like, "Are you okay, Kyle?"
I was able to fight through it for an acting thing, and I was so proud of myself in that moment. I was like, "Damn, I should maybe I should go to Hollywood." Hello, Mr. Bigwig. It's me, your silver screen starlet, Tiffany.
another fun, like teaser, spoiler, or whatever, from what's coming up. I noticed in this last episode or 2, Bond had been saying that he wants to replace his clothes because some of his robes were getting torn up or whatever. You had mentioned that a couple times. We do, in a future episode this season, get new wardrobes for everybody.
Yes, brand new wardrobes courtesy of yours truly. But also, here's a spoiler for even the boys in the room. Tyler, you might need to keep that pen hot and ready. Because there might be another outfit change, is all I'll say.
Oh, interesting.
All right.
There might be another outfit change, is all I'll say. Whether or not it's Bond or any of the boys, who's to say? It could be a new person. It could be anybody. Who knows? It could be fucking Barney.
I don't know it.
No one knows.
I have no idea what you're saying.
Yeah, no one knows.
I'm going to bleep out you saying Barney. Hopefully I remember.
Oh, whoops. Yeah, the dinosaur. It could be Barney the dinosaur from now canon in the land of yonder. Who knows?
That is Satan.
Barney
truly.
Stinson.
You know what? I'll say this: Baby Bob dies in the end.
Oh no.
She
What
dies
if-
saving
you know-
BJ. She dies saving BJ.
You know the show Dinosaurs? Wasn't that what it was called?
Yes. That was a Jim Henson.
You know how
show.
the series ended with everyone dying?
It truly.
What if? Do you think like Barney and Baby Bop and all of them
also
died
died during that time? Yes.
Do you think they existed in the same?
I think so,
man.
and I think that like, oh my god, I want canon. It's like the best looking Neanderthal children that they had. That's why there was kids that looked kind of normal, and like that's why Barney was able to film the show because they had filming within the canon of Dinosaurs because the news crew did their final broadcast, which is one of the saddest. I tell you, I was like 14 and I used to listen to like comedy podcasts I shouldn't have been listening to as a 14-year-old. And they were talking about dinosaurs. And I remember watching it as a kid with my parents. I never saw the ending. And I looked it up when I was like 13, 14. That was the first time a piece of media made me scared and cry. That wasn't like Little Shop of Horror or something obviously spooky for a little boy.
So I used to cry at like movies and TV shows and stuff all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I was also a big chicken, but that's neither here nor there. What real quick, what is the hardest that you cried at a movie or a TV show as a kid? Assuming you did. For me, I always, and I haven't watched it as an adult. I'm sure it, wouldn't, hit the same way. The hardest I ever cried as a kid, and you can ask my mom, you can ask my dad, they all thought it was hilarious. I would lose it at the ending of the movie Click.
Dude, I remember you telling
the Adam
me.
Sandler movie.
I remember you telling me about that.
I don't know if it's my daddy
God.
issues or what, but I sobbed in the movie theater.
Oh my God.
Like, oh my God. It was...
No, I get it, man.
I mean,
It's a really
I was
sad
like
ending.
11 or 10 when that came out.
I was thinking like little kid, but I can't think of like that.
Yeah,
I have one for.
Well, I mean,
both.
that was like 10.
I have one for both like 10? Then yeah. I have one for like little kid, kind of like that around that age, and then I have one for kind of like adolescent teeny vibes. So
yeah.
For that, for like the little kid side, it was I think Milo and Otis. If I'm remembering correct, it's like the little tabby cat and the pug, and it's like all VO, like voiceovered by like two grown men playing this puppy and cat that go on an adventure, and like it's got like a really sad. It's been years since I've watched it because I found out really fucked up stuff about the filming of it, and like a lot of puppies and kittens died for the filming of this movie, and I was like, I can't watch it.
Don't love
anymore.
that.
But if I can find it for free somewhere to watch, I might do that so I don't support them. But like anyway. It's that, but for me, for like adolescence and teen years, and I remember telling you this because this was like during the time when you were kind of budding movie sort of aficionado, and I was like, man, I want to tell Tyler about this awesome movie, and like obviously this movie.
I think I already know what.
Yeah,
I think I have a guess as to what movie you're gonna
go
say.
Go for a guess.
We need to talk about Kevin.
Oh. Fuck no! That just was like a fucked up movie. But
okay,
no, the movie
well,
I saw,
I thought that's where you were going.
The movie I saw that fucked me up real bad was Seeking a Friend for the End of the World, dude.
Oh my God!
Yes.
Starring Steve Carell and Natalie Portman.
I solely associate that movie with you.
One of the two.
It's Keira Knightley.
Keira Knightley and Steve Carell. Oh my God. Not only is it like for the time period, especially like encapsulated for that time, it's really funny to me. And you see like a lot of faces that you see later on in other comedy stuff in the future. Like if you just follow comedy things. But like the ending and then that fucking Walker Brothers song he plays on the record player as he's laying there waiting to die. Without spoiling anything about like the stuff, but Steve Carell's character is like laying on the floor after he just had like this really emotional moment with Keira Knightley, and he's in an apartment by himself that he found that just has a wall of records and a record player, and it's like this really quiet moment, and he just plays a bunch of records, and he's listening to this whole Walker Brothers record, and at the end of the record, as it's like kind of getting to like things are getting dramatic and scary, he's laying on the floor and listening to this record, and it's like him just kind of accepting it, and the power starts to go out in the city because like no one's been running the grid because everybody's like, fuck it, let's go to TGI Fridays and do drugs. If you see the movie, you know what I'm fucking talking about. But like there's like this powerful moment as the song is playing that's like I think it's called "Stay With Me" by the Walker Brothers, and like it's him listening to this song after he just like had this moment with Keira Knightley and like kind of sent her away without being able to really like say goodbye for the last time, and the song's just like coming in and like she finds him miraculously amongst all this, and I lost it, and I was crying, and I was like, romance is real, and every feeling I felt in high school about a person is real.
It's real.
The one I would say for slightly older, like you're saying, for me, that made me lose it. And honestly, a lot of it was like happy crying, is Lars and the Real Girl.
Oh, I remember that.
That one is so good.
Fucking another animated flick that did that to me was fucking Fievel Goes West.
Oh my
or
god,
Fievel and American Tail.
That's the one for me.
Yeah,
me.
man.
Yes.
Dude, when he's singing Somewhere Out There.
Oh my god.
Or his sister singing it out of
yes.
their little trash can window or whatever. I forget. It's like Cutie
Didn't
Mouse
we watch
Land.
that?
It's the most adorable shit ever. Did we watch
that recently? Like
I feel like me and you may have watched it. I used to just
think we
watch
sat down
random
and watched it.
Don Bluth and Disney cartoons with you and Logan all the fucking time. Like,
oh my god.
One night, me and Logan ate a bunch of edibles and watched Tarzan, and we're just singing every song that came out.
Yes.
It was the best.
Oh my god, I love that. I have a couple for you guys. So obviously Fievel Goes West.
Dude.
I don't know. I don't feel like
the big mustache. You know what I'm talking about? His friend.
Yeah, he's like
a tattoo of that
oh
guy.
my god, yes. The dog with the mustache.
Yeah, the sheriff with the jowls. That was his.
Yeah,
mustache.
he's like really like old and like he's like a hound
cartoons
or something
from that era that feel like I could taste them when I watch them. I can't explain it, but oh my god!
What does it taste like?
It tastes like what I thought Rice Krispies would taste like. Because you see Rice Krispies and you think that should be sweet, right? It's not.
I think so early on, I don't remember anything that I like truly just like bawled over. But I will say that as like a really, really young child, like baby-esque, like at like toddler?
Like a wee lad.
Toddler. Yeah, wee
That's
lad.
a wee lad.
I don't remember this era.
A tiny boy.
This was my not remembering arc or whatever you want to call it. I used to be deathly afraid of Aquaman and Rifleman, whoever the fuck Rifleman is.
What?
Yeah,
I'm looking this up.
Google.
I honestly couldn't tell you what that looks like, but my mom told me that like I used to want to like get into like her like record player, and she would put like these two like action figures in the case, so I wouldn't go into it. Let me see.
Is it a black and white?
Yeah, that's what came up for me too. Like 1955.
Probably. I have no idea. I've never seen it.
Like who's that
like
actor
a Western
from
Maybe.
The Shape of Water who plays the agent?
I could not tell you. I have no idea.
Tyler, I forget.
But she told me that one day Aquaman and Rifleman.
I can't remember. Oh,
where's the giant man's
Chicago. Shannon. Michael
Shannon. He looks like country Michael Shannon.
Oh my god. She told me one day Rifleman and Aquaman like just disappeared. Years later, she found it in the bottom of my toy chest, dismembered.
You got rid of him.
All right, Sid from Toy Story.
Yeah, definitely.
I want to see if there's a toy.
I think like older, like kind of like teens. I think it was Tangled for me. I have no idea.
Tangled's good.
Tangled's so good. Last time I truly cried at a movie, I cried 3 times during La La Land in the theaters. 3 separate times.
I get that.
Oh, man, La La Land fucked me up.
I guess Moonlight would be the last time I cried. At
God
a
damn.
modern movie. Dude, that
for real.
And then I watched it recently, and the same thing happened where I was tearing up. I was like, "Fuck, dude, this is such a beautiful movie."
That final scene in the diner is so good.
And then
that whole movie's incredible.
The shot of him by himself with the moon. Oh, so powerful.
I cried. One of the movies I cried the most at was Lady Bird. I saw it in the theater thrice. And I cried a grand total of, I think, 8 times.
I cried, I think, the second time when I watched it alone, because I watched it my first time with you, but when I watched it alone, I definitely cried.
Yeah.
What was the most
there's so much good stuff in that movie.
What's the most fucked up you felt after watching a movie or a TV series?
Ooh,
Just
shit.
brutal.
I'm gonna say one that I think Tyler shares with me.
Hard.
I think I'm gonna say one that Tyler shares with me. But go ahead first.
Well, 2 of my 3.
I'm not mentioning mine.
I saw with Kyle.
Yes,
I think there's one that I also saw with y'all that I don't want to mention on this podcast.
So number 1, the worst. I love the movie. It was great. The most fucked up I've ever felt leaving a movie theater and having to exist in the world was when Kyle and I went to see Mother.
Oh my man. Fucking yup. Right on the money.
Because we also went to a party right after that.
Yeah.
And it was I felt so disgusting being around people.
And we were trauma dumping on people about the thing we saw. We were like, bro.
it was because we went to Josh and Jenny's engagement party because they just got engaged that night.
Oh
and
my
then
God.
me and Kyle are just talking to Tucker and everybody and being like, hey, yo, this movie fucked me up. I don't know how to be here right now.
Talking about that and how she's fucked up still to this day from that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Who is?
Jennifer Lawrence was in an interview recently
yeah.
and she was talking about how she's still fucked up from this movie. And she was the actor in the movie witnessing the thing. Same fuck.
Kyle, you can say the other one because
the other
that
one
was
too,
my other one.
I'd say fucked up, but also one of the single greatest theater experiences I've ever had in my life. Hereditary.
Yeah.
When we saw
because we
Hereditary
went on opening night.
We went opening night and 3.
So it was before all the hype started.
3 or 4
and that was yours, right, Matt?
Yeah, one of them, yeah.
Yeah, 3 or 4 girls who were sitting at the front row just ran out of the theater at the titular scene of Hereditary that sort of kicks things into it was weird at first, but now it's real weird.
Yeah. that movie, it's annoying being a horror fan
when the girl gets
because
her head go,
people get so upset about everybody's like Hereditary is the best movie ever made. It's that's not even what we're saying.
No, I'm not saying that.
On opening night, no hype for the movie. Didn't know really what the movie was even about because the trailers were great.
And I chose my words correctly to say theater experience because it took me a couple viewings of Hereditary for me to be like, okay, this is a great movie. Regardless of because my first time I was just blown away that we witnessed a movie while at the movies. It was the coolest shit.
Didn't we come back to a party after that too?
Yes. This was during the time of us, every time we went home, our roommates were having a party.
What's your other one, Matt? Because that was my 2 as well.
So, I was really depressed after watching it. Honestly, Castlevania, the anime series.
Dude, I started
on
that.
Netflix.
Interesting.
I literally I don't know what it was about it, but I was just I don't feel good, but it's so good.
Dude, it's a really intense animation. I think whoever Netflix hires for their animation stuff is so good.
So good.
Because they did back in the day, even before they were popping with that stuff, they did a Dead Space adaptation for an animation on there. And it was a very good horror animation.
I forgot they did that.
It was so good because my brother and I were on the Dead Space train like crazy. It was that first game. Yeah. Cash Money Records. That's a great game.
Similar to that for me, Matt, was BoJack Horseman. Speaking of Netflix animation, I was pretty depressed when I first tried to watch that show, and I had to take breaks every 5 or 6 episodes.
I remember that.
Because I would start to get real life sad. Yeah. I would be like, okay,
I remember that.
Let's chill out for a while. We'll come back to this, and then I never finished it.
That is why I've I've strayed away from that, because I hear that from everybody that it's a tough pill to watch. But
it is
for me.
Also,
it's good.
My solo experience
but it is,
in terms of fucked up, not so much depressed, but it left me reeling and kind of thinking, was Sorry to Bother You. If you've ever watched Sorry to Bother You,
goddamn,
that fucking movie, I don't care what anyone says. If people talk shit about the ending of that movie, and I'm not spoiling a goddamn thing for this movie, please go watch it for yourself.
That is one of those you need to not know. You
need to know nothing, but it was so powerful, and I haven't watched it again yet, but I want to desperately. I just have been trying to not flush it from my system, but I don't want to go into it with too much knowledge again, and and remember as I'm seeing things happen. So I'm but that movie,
I think I saw that with Logan in the theater in Nashville. Which
the
Logan did not
of
like
watching
it.
that in the theater. Oh, I wish I'm jealous that y'all got to see that in the theater because I saw it on Netflix or wherever. Or I think Amazon actually at home in my room by myself, and I was just like, if to sit next to someone and have this experience.
After my accident, when I was very high on drugs, my dad came. My dad came to stay with me, just to watch out and take care of me or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Do you want to watch a movie?" I was like, "So I saw this really crazy movie called Sorry to Bother You," and I showed my dad this movie, and he was like, "What the fuck did we just watch?" Matt, you need to see this movie.
I need to. I'm gonna put it down. Hold on.
It's nuts. Like,
don't look up what happens because it's one of those that just takes a left turn.
I've got a
little over halfway through.
That like later I want to do this. I'll save this one for next week. Next time we do a Tavern Talk or whatever. I like this idea of giving Matt a movie to watch. That's like
that's so great. Because that could be a whole podcast. Because I haven't seen.
We could just do a movie podcast,
bro. Because
right, what was it called again?
I guess I'll spoil it just because it's funny. I was gonna give him Gummo. Have you seen Gummo?
Oh, God. Yeah.
Dude, I love that movie. It used to come on IFC all the time when I was way too young to understand what this movie was about. And I would just watch it because it was so bizarre. It's so good. It's so good.
Gummo and what was,
I want to force Matt to watch Eraserhead.
No.
The other one was Sorry to Bother You.
Gummo's in that sort of like vein though of like
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Gummo Gummo
that kind of like surrealist almost.
Yeah, it's very arty. It's very artsy. If you can, maybe hit a little dub. Maybe enjoy maybe imbibe.
I have a little bit of a segment that I just kind of thought of. If y'all were down.
Sure.
High movie thoughts. Because recently, and I know I texted you guys while it happened, I was so high watching Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, and it was the funniest shit. I don't know if this happens to you or any of our listeners if you partake in any sort of psychedelics or anything, mind-altering substances. Every time I watch like a TV show or a movie, after taking a gummy or getting high, I'm not watching a movie. I'm literally watching people acting, portraying the movie.
That's so good.
And so it's so funny because I'm like, I don't know if it's like my imagination gets like turned off or whatever, but like I literally am just watching actors. It's the funniest shit ever. But also, I said one of the funniest things, and I told Shelly to remember because she was sober. I said I could pull back the layer of reality to like watch these movies.
Bro, you used to
funny as shit.
You used to say some stuff, and if I had my old phone, I used to write down notes of like these epiphanies you would have, and it
everything is sound or something.
No, everything
like that.
is magnets. Everything
is magnetized.
Everything is magnetized. Everything is sound, and then there was like something. There was something else, but it was just like. It was like watching the music video for Miracles by ICP. It was just such a gift.
Dude, scariest movie you've ever seen for me, it's Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, what's the fucking... I almost thought you were talking about Killer Clowns from Outer Space, because that does...
Oh, I love Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
It does scare me.
I would not enjoy that movie.
The music of that...
No, I think you would enjoy it. It's really good.
No, I hate clowns.
It is. I can't
stand clowns.
It is like 19. It is like almost like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Like it came out in like the 70s or.
I don't like.
You 100% could.
No, Tyler.
I really.
He said he couldn't watch. You're talking about the new It, yes?
No, any clown.
No, we're talking about Attack of.
No. I know we're talking about the clowns.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
But I get what you're saying, Tyler, in that it to not spoil it for him that he could watch it. I still don't.
It's a comedy.
Well, there it is. Yeah, it's very silly. It's very silly. It's not scary in any way.
Clowns are supposed to be silly.
But this is exactly what I
hate their guts.
Clowns.
They're killer clowns, so they're not like that kind of like silly.
Matt,
I hate all clowns.
They're silly because the movie's silly.
Matt, did you know that clowns hate Tangelos?
What?
It messes with the equilibrium. I forgot I was doing this. I should pick it back up. I had started rewatching Billy and Mandy a few months ago.
I wish I could remember
just
the exact.
It was one of my favorites.
Dude, I wish I could remember the exact bad news that I heard. But did you hear the bad news about Cartoon Network?
So I've heard conflicting things since then.
Yes, because I only
yes.
remember a little bit of what I heard, so I don't want to speak on it in a bad way. But
essentially, I'm not sure.
There's some
it's
legal
all
troubles.
Weird because Cartoon Network was like, we're still here, we're good.
Yeah.
But then everyone else freaked out because like they canceled a bunch of shows, and a bunch of creators were freaking out. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah, there was like weird politics happening, and like there was talks of like people losing rights to cartoons and them being canceled, never to be seen again, and like whole Hanna-Barbera ass catalogs being swept under the rug and stuff. And I'm like, I don't think whoever owns the rights to those will ever let that happen with the behemoth that is Scooby-Doo.
Oh yeah,
Scooby-Doo has lasted the test.
We just watched the
of
live
fucking
action
time.
Scooby-Doo on
we
Halloween.
just rewatched the live action Scooby-Doo a few weeks, like a week or two ago.
We literally just watched it on Halloween.
Ayo, hot take. It doesn't hold up.
It does not.
I like the second one because of the gooey tar monster thing with the
I wanted to
eyeball.
watch the second one as well, but with how much I felt like, unfortunately, the first one didn't hold up, we didn't go back and watch it.
You remember when Scooby wears an afro and says, "Hey, baby"?
There was lots of good moments, but the whole thing just felt weird.
Top 10 animated animals saying stuff. Number 10, Jack from Kangaroo Jack.
I love this. Continue.
Oh, I don't have any more after that. Scooby
Part 2 coming out.
Did Winn-Dixie talk, or is that just about a girl?
I think that's just about the girl that had a dog.
Zebra, the racing stripes. There's one.
The
Racing Stripes. That's one. Frankie Muniz is a zebra.
Oh my god!
Wasn't it Frankie Muniz?
I forgot it's Malcolm. You remember when he?
I'm looking it up. I think it is.
You remember when it? Yeah, no, it absolutely is Frankie Muniz. There's no question.
We also rewatched a bit of Malcolm in the Middle recently, and it was so good.
Do you remember when he made Paul Giamatti blue with Amanda Bynes?
Oh, how could I forget? Frankie Muniz is the voice of
What's the dog that's Marmaduke?
David Spade and Snoop Dogg are also the animals in this movie.
I was gonna say Stuart Little, but in the books, canonically, he was birthed by the woman, so that makes him a human being.
I watched a while ago. I watched like a 3-hour video while we were setting up for a show one day. I watched like a 3-hour video that was talking about the like literary canon of Stuart Little, because it's crazy.
Yes, no, it's nuts.
Not that the movie isn't also crazy.
Bro.
We rewatched those.
Have you ever seen that video?
Somewhat recently, and they were good.
Have you ever
They're
seen that
fun.
video of like some guy in like a warehouse or like the back room at Walmart or something, and there's like a little mouse sitting on a pallet, and it's really quiet, and he just yells "Stuart Little," and the mouse does it back.
No, I do remember. I do remember the store I worked at. That I will not say had a shit ton of mice in it, and I could literally I would be doing sales pitches, and I could literally see them running between furniture, and I'm like,
Jennifer's sit and sleep. You remember when you worked at? You remember when you worked at Jennifer's sit and sleep?
Yeah, I do.
There was a family of mice living in a chair.
Remember when Jennifer's Sit and Sleep fired me because I got into a car accident and couldn't work?
Dude, that guy that was your manager at the time was a dick.
Which one?
No, it wasn't his fault.
No,
it was
wasn't.
The people above him that made him do it.
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah.
Well, he didn't even know.
Because you would have been in an accident, was he? I don't.
Well, no, he knew that, but he didn't know that he was like, oh well, just whenever you're back, you come back, and then they reached out to him and was like, hey, we gotta terminate him. I was like, and he was like, why?
I don't know. I feel like this has to have come up as a conversation on one of these, but we're in the tavern. What's your stein full of here at the tavern?
Oh shit! That's a good point, because as we've alluded to, Jeremy doesn't really drink. We are the drinking three of this podcast, and we haven't talked about. So we're gonna take a second to talk about our favorite drink.
I think for certain I'd have a sick, nasty horn if it was a real life, real tavern, and I could have whatever.
Okay.
And it'd be either full to the brim with a ice cold Miller Genuine Miller High Life, I'll say Miller
High Life,
Draft,
of course. The champagne of beers, obviously.
I don't care what anyone says. Miller High Life's great. Fuck you.
We had Miller High Life at my wedding.
But my next go-to now, it used to be a PBR, which like I could like PBR is that'll be I've chosen that for my dad beer of choice. That's gonna be like I'll just have
Kyle and I, for reference, when Kyle and I lived together back in like 2016 or 17, we were very poor. Not that we're not poor now, but like, we were very poor. And the cheapest beer that wasn't water was always PBR.
You would spring.
Like, sure, we could get like Bud Light or, like Natty Light.
Or maybe.
But that's just.
Maybe paycheck hits and you hit up the old Modelo.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Modelo is our favorite in our household.
Love a good cider. Any sort of sweet cider for me.
I fuck up a cider.
In a big old brass ass,
liquor of choice. And you can let's say what specific spirit, and
I've got a final third beer as
like
well.
mixed drink.
I've got a final third beer as well. Sapporo.
Third beer?
It's Japanese beer. It is so fucking good. I love it. It's tasty beer. Good beer. But
so liquor. What liquor and one like cocktail or mixed drink or whatever, that is your choice.
I don't know if it's, I guess, is wine liquor?
No.
Oh, well. Would that be a cocktail then?
No, wine is,
what would you consider?
Like its own thing. So it's like beer, wine, and spirits.
Okay, so I guess.
So
I don't think it's
spirits like the liquor. The liquor is like gin, whiskey,
is sake
tequila.
Liquor is what I'm saying, because it's rice wine.
I think sake is its own thing. I think it might be like in the wine category.
Then I'll say for my wine sake, but I know you didn't ask that. So my liquor, shit. I love a rum. I love a good spicy rum, like a good it tastes a little Christmassy.
Kraken is our rum of choice in the DeSoto household.
I like Kraken, and I can't think of the other. There's like this other whiskey that's not Kraken that's also a spiced rum. And I think it's got numbers.
I was going to say Captain Morgan.
Seagram 7?
Maybe, but I don't think it's a Seagram's.
Well, no, Seagram's is usually clear.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's
like a white rum.
I don't know. It might not be a numbers thing. I can't remember. But there's another spicy rum that I can't think of off the top of my head that I've had that's not Kraken, but Kraken is like the vibe I want. I want it to taste like Christmas in my mouth, or like you're sitting in front of a fireplace.
You should go try Gosling rum. Ooh. It is like it's a spiced rum. It's got like a seal on the label. It's like a little cheaper than Kraken, but it's also
is it
very
Ryan
good.
Gosling's rum?
I don't think so.
That'd be a lot cooler if it was.
I used to in college. It used to be Kraken and root beer for me.
Ooh, that's a good. That
Kraken and Coke is just hard to beat.
I picture when I was like a little kid. That's what I pictured like. Mead tasting like the combination you just described to me, man. Is root beer or like cream soda and rum.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, that would be wonderful.
Please, God, I actually have not made a mixed drink with cream soda.
We should do that. We should. I think if you can't find a 40 that is an acceptable exchange, is a cream soda.
I just want to ask a question. If you can't find a 40,
listen,
like that is
okay. If you can't find a 40 that you can stomach, because the only 40s that I know for certain you'll be able to find.
That's fair.
The only 40s that I know for certain you'll be able to find are Budweiser and Bud Light. They're for certain you'll be able to find. Old E's a lot harder to find than you think.
I feel like not restaurants. I feel like stores around here have like.
You'd have to go to like a bar and like hope that they sell beers at the bar like that you could get like that and be like, yo, give me an Old E.
It's kind of like crafty over here.
Have you had any other 40s besides those three, Tyler? I wish there was if there's a Miller High Life 40, I'm getting a Miller High Life 40, baby. That sounds like I'm picturing the gold in the little bubbles. And that sweet, sweet froth. People talk shit about the froth on beer. That's my favorite part because I like to put my mustache in it.
I did not. So, oh God, I'm such a bitch for tequila.
Oh, yes, I was gonna say that's my second. I love tequila.
I will say I really am not a fan of gold tequila. I like the clear stuff.
Clear tequila.
The white stuff.
Hornitos specifically. And the reason I found out about that is when I used to work at Logan's. They had what was called a prickly pear margarita, and it was a pink margarita with a pink sugar rim. It was the girliest looking drink, and I was like,
Matt, you're the most prickly pear margarita ass bitch I know, and I love you for it.
I love
you
it
be
so
you.
much.
You could make that one and take it up a notch and make it a spicy marg with some jalapeno in that bitch. That sounds so good, and maybe some fucking cucumber?
I could probably still make it. I could probably still make it.
It's hard to beat a good ass margarita.
I'll try to make you one.
That sounds
one
refreshing
day.
and spicy and wonderful. I love a good spicy marg. But yeah, no, tequila. At your bachelor party, Tyler, we were swigging tequila before we went out to the fucking do our damn thing as the groomsmen, and I was like, man.
Oh, at the actual wedding.
Yeah, at the actual that's what I mean, yeah.
Oh, man.
But I tried
so
that tequila at the
wedding.
I tried that tequila at the bachelor. I sweated so much from dancing that I was sober the entire time. And I was drinking the entire time.
I wish I could have been a little more lit at my at the wedding because I had to go do stuff, obviously. But that was a very fun wedding.
He had
I
make the sex.
Oh my god! Ooh.
He had to make the sex. We're all Mormon, except for Jeremy.
I remember just standing on the end and just like trying not to cry.
Dude,
like
I was right behind.
Same.
I was like right behind the action too, and I saw Callie coming down the thing. I was just like, "Damn, dog, my boy's getting Murray."
Yeah, she was looking good.
Murrayed.
It's the real thing. Because at first I saw you, and I definitely teared up because I'm like, "That's my boy." It's like watching my brother get married.
That's my boy.
And then like
my son.
My child.
I was thinking, when Edward Cullen dies in Harry Potter.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my god,
my boy.
Dude, the only thing I can think of, because I recently watched all of those too, is the when he sees the fucking baby.
What?
You in Twilight, not Edward, but when the fucking the
I
short.
thought you were saying in Harry Potter. I was like, what?
Wait. Oh god. Now I'm trying to
I have
remember
not
the baby.
actually seen any of the sequels in the Twilight movies. I've only seen the original.
I've seen all of watched all
so
the
in a later
Twilights for the first time.
Sorry, for those of you who've only seen the first Twilight, I guess in the later movies they introduced the concept of a vampire council, and there's like this little short Vegeta-looking motherfucker that like is like the head honcho. Like he's like, think if Vegeta was doing
Vegeta.
Think if Vegeta existed in our real world, but he was someone's dad doing a Castlevania cosplay. That's what this guy looks like. And
that's great.
He's got vampire sight and smell and stuff or whatever, and he can like hear the baby's heartbeat, and the baby's a hybrid baby, and like he knows that Bella's pregnant, and he's like like this excited laugh, but it's the most horrifying, funniest shit you'll ever see in your fucking life. It has the same energy as Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems saying, "Oh my god, I'm gonna come."
I'm gonna fucking come. Oh my god.
It is so. I rewind that scene so much when we watch through those movies because it bothers Riot one, but also it's just so funny to have him freak out like that over a fucking baby. Like, this dude's a real life pervert. We've got to kill him.
My favorite rewindable moment, like, that's just worth going back and forth to, is a movie I never watch anymore, but is the fucking Rookie of the Year. The see ya!
Dude, yes. It's so weird. That clip is still on YouTube. It is.
It's so funny.
Just look up Rookie of the Year, see ya, on YouTube. And it's
yeah,
like, I think it's like
up.
38 seconds, maybe even shorter than that. But like, it's just no context needed. It's just good. It's just good stuff.
Christ.
Really quick, whiskey and old fashions.
Ooh, yeah, old fashions.
But I did want to bring up before we end anything off. I also have I started One Piece.
Oh shit!
The other day.
I'm gonna be doing that once baby's born. That's gonna be my watching baby and watching One Piece.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm only like 10 episodes in, but
a little hat, like a little straw,
a little
hat.
chop. I want to get them Chopper's hat with the little antlers.
Oh, God, Tyler hasn't gotten the Chopper yet, but I told him that's a good...
Well, I had watched a bit of stuff whenever it was on Toonami when we were in like high school. I remember really liking
arc that they
Zatch
had
Bell,
on,
and we've talked about all that.
That arc that they had on where they fight against what's his name, who eats the house and the tank and all that. I don't know the characters' names anymore because it's been years. Love that whole thing because that's when you meet Chopper, and I love him very much, very much. And I know like One Piece fans, like you have no idea probably, but like that's a peak character design in my opinion. When I look at all the characters that are in that arc, Chopper, the guy who eats the stuff because of his devil fruit, Luffy,
the
like,
doctor.
Every aspect of that show is like so unique. Like that, like every character in that. Like I love the art style. There's no anime that exists on TV right now that looks like One Piece to me. And I don't even know how far the rabbit hole goes in terms of like I know spoilers because TikTok will be like, "Oh, you like anime? Let me show you something you've been thinking about rewatching or going back to," and give you a major spoiler for no reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I love the look of that show. It has always attracted me, especially the fish people. Like there's this one guy in like the early beginning that's like an octopus man that I love. He is such a cool character design. I love him so fucking much.
I love that.
My mom found, and I remember writing this. My mom found a story I wrote.
Oh my God.
This was before Katrina. So, I mean, I had to have
Katrina
been
the
like
hurricane,
7.
not a person.
No, yeah. I had to have been like 7. Sorry, I everyone from the New Orleans area, I feel like, divides their life, especially our age, divides their life into like pre-Katrina and post-Katrina. Do you not? Am I?
No, I literally there's
BK and PK.
There's an
PK.
ongoing joke since I've been getting right into anime that was my like anime arc that changed the course of my timeline forever was Katrina.
Yeah.
And like I don't know if I talked about this on the podcast ever, but like I was thinking about that the other day too of like I wish I had certain relics. Like I used to have a Ziploc bag of these little guys that I made that I would draw because I was really good at art as a little kid, and I want proof of that so I could come back to like some semblance of what that was because I can't draw to save my fucking life as an adult. But like I was really good at drawing, and I had these like dope scissors that were like perfect exact scissors, and I would cut out these cool ass characters that I would draw and had a whole storyline with them. None of it to show for it.
Well, my mom sent me this short story.
Yes, I was hoping.
Yes.
I was giving you time to look it
And
up. Or
I
something.
figure, why not?
Just
Go for it, man.
I remember distinctly sitting in my Nana's house, just sitting on the bed, feet twirling in the air, like just
sipping some chalky milk.
Yeah, exactly.
Smoking on like the sugar cigarette,
the candy cigarettes.
Yeah.
Candy cigarette.
So this short story is called. Oh, I should
Snorting
say I was a big Pirates of the Caribbean fan.
Yes.
So this is around the time the first Pirates of the Caribbean came out, which would have been like 2003, something like that. So this story is entitled Pirates of the Caribbean #2, The Scelleton War, but I spelled skeleton SCELLETON.
I love this.
There's actually a bunch of misspelled words in just what I've written, just what I've read out loud.
Just go with it.
So I'm gonna try my best. Yes, you've heard of this movie, but get ready to be scared. This is part of the story.
There's a narrator. There's a narrator in the story. I like it.
Get ready to be scared. One night, Will Turner was practicing with his swords, spelled SORDS. One night, Will Turner was practicing with his swords, and he heard a gunfire. He went out to see what it was. It was the Black Pearl. Elizabeth was taken. Will got a boat and was chasing it. God, that is so misspelled. That's not the... I was trying to say caught, CAUGHT. I spelled it COUT.
That sounds about right.
I don't know.
Cout. He cowed him.
Anyway, Will got a boat and was chasing it because Elizabeth was taken. When he caught it, he went on it. When he caught it, he went on it. Pirates, God, I'm sorry, I'm trying.
You're good.
When he caught it, he went on it. The pirates were skeletons. He was sword fighting with about 26 people, spelled P-E-P-O-L.
God damn it.
And an exclamation point, obviously. So he was sword fighting with about 26 people. 2 minutes later, Jack Sparrow came, but they were taken to a stranded island. He swam to the boat, but they were chased by sharks. They shot it. The pirates found them and almost killed them. They got their swords and started fighting. They broke the curse, and that's how the story goes. I ended it with, and that's how the story goes. And that's my favorite part.
Oh my God.
That's my favorite part of the whole thing.
I loved every minute
I'm so sorry. Please cut out all of that of me laughing, because I lost my goddamn mind just now.
Well, Kyle, thank you for all you do for us. And we'll hear from you in a couple months.
Good luck, everybody.
I mean, we'll hear from you, obviously, but like the
remember, keep your grades up.
Sort of.
And don't. Hey, here's my words of advice for while I'm gone.
Don't not do drugs.
No. Maybe, just maybe, don't burn it. Whether that's a bridge, culturally appropriated sage that's not quite, ethically sourced.
So what you're saying is don't burn anything?
If you can help it.
What about my fatty boombalati blunts?
I mean, sometimes you gotta, but you know. Hey, how about this? How about better words to live by? These are the ones. This is written in stone right here. This is it. When life hands you lemons, eat them in front of life and don't make a single facial expression at how pungent and sour they are. Chew the seeds up. Make sure they hear them crunch. Eat the sticker. Don't wash them.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Wow. I was so scared when those Scelletons attacked Will Turner. I'm so glad they made it out. Gee willikers, Tyler is quite the storyteller. And apparently always has been. What a true prodigy. Someone in Hollywood should give him a job that pays a whole bunch of money. Preferably one working on cartoons. And I'm not even being paid or forced in any way to say these things. It's 100% me. Jeremy sure has missed a lot of these. If he listened this far, I hope he knows, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, is very disappointed in you.